Great morning, business owners and managers, and welcome to another awesome episode of CX in the Morning, Customer Experience in the Morning. I'm your host, Wess Walters, and on every single CX in the Morning, I bless you with customer service tips, customer experience tricks, and I leave you with gems. And by gems, I mean actionable takeaways that you can implement at the speed of now. You will learn the importance of implementing an awesome customer experience and how that affects the bottom line. And that by itself is pretty awesome. At the end of this broadcast, you will be able to take what you've learned and share it with your team, share it with your business, making your business and yourself and your team better and stronger. And again, that's pretty awesome. So how is everyone doing? How has the week been so far? It's Hump Day Wednesday, so you should be about 50% completed on your goals if everything is the way it's supposed to be, correct? How is everyone doing? How has the week been thus far? Everyone is good? All right, cool. Mine has been pretty steady. No complaints whatsoever. Mine has been pretty good. So the topic for today is the five customer experience strategy best practices. 5 customer experience strategies best practices. All right, good morning, Mrs. Floyd. Good morning. How are you? How has your week been so far, Miss Floyd? How has your week been? So, like I said, the topic for today is 5 customer experience strategy best practices. And for any of you guys who are loyal viewers, some of these gems you have heard before. All has been well. That's beautiful. Well, I'm happy that you're here. Really drop quickly. What type of business owner or manager are you? I want to know exactly what do you do? I'm sure you've told me before, but I don't remember. So let me know if you're a business owner or manager. It's going great, and thanks for asking. Oh, it's my pleasure. So a lot of the loyal viewers have seen the 5 gems that I'm about to cover, but here's how these shows are done. I have all of the shows and topics queued up for the rest of the year. So I know exactly what I'm going to talk about every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the rest of the year. But that changes based on the viewers because I'm here to serve you. I just can't do what I want to do. I do what the viewers want to do. And that changes based on, again, the viewers. If it doesn't matter what I have lined up. If the viewers say, Wes, hey, I have a question about this, I have a question about that, then I have to oblige. I immediately change the topic. So the topic to today was something else up until last night when someone DM'd me and said, hey, Wes, I've been watching you. Thank you for exposing customer experience and how important it is to me. But where do I start? I want to implement a customer experience strategy, and I don't know where to start. So because of that question, everything that was planned today got scrapped, and we're here again. And it's okay because, again, I am here to serve you guys. And even if you are, so it's either one or two things. Either I am not, it's not sticking, or I'm a bad teacher. Or no, it's either a lot of people are new. They're new viewers, and someone shared it to them and they watched the replay, or I'm a bad teacher. And you can tell me if I'm a bad teacher, you can say, hey, Wes, you're a bad teacher. It's fine. I try to be a better person every day. All right, so I own a mobile oil change company that delivers dealer quality care directly to the customers. That's awesome. So all right, so you're a business owner. Well, you're gonna get some gems from this and from this broadcast because you're a business owner. And again, this show is for all business owners and managers. So let's jump right into the juggling so that we can begin. All right. So the 5 customer experience strategies, best practices. Number 1 on that list, before you even begin, is you want to know who your ideal customer is. You want to know who your ideal customer. There's a quote that says What is it? A man can't get to his destination if he doesn't know where he's going. So you want to know who your ideal customer. You want to create what's called an avatar about your ideal customer. You want to know where they live, how much they make, do they rent, do they own their home, are they married, or are they cohabiting with someone else? Why is that important? The statistics have proven those who cohabit or are spouses or are husbands and wives have more disposable income. So you want to create an avatar based on your ideal client. Miss Floyd, you want to have an avatar on what your ideal client is. Do they have 2 cars? What type of cars do they drive? Is it Japanese? Is it German? Is it American based? Are they American? Are they Detroit loyal? Are they international loyal? Do they like the domestic cars? Do they like, or do most of their cars need a higher grade of oil? What type of fuel? Do they put 87 or 93? So you want to know who that ideal client is and study them so that you can market towards them. Now, of course, the immediate response and the pushback that I get from that is that, well, I serve everybody. You know, like let's use Miss Floyd as an example. Miss Floyd, not saying this is what Miss Floyd does, but someone who owns a car dealership would probably say, well, I serve anyone who wants to drive a car. Yes, anyone who wants to drive a car can purchase a car, but that's not who your ideal client is. Once you put out your ad copy and your marketing should speak only to your ideal client. If you notice, when I start this show every morning, I say, great morning, business owners and managers. I don't say great morning, everyone. I don't say good morning, boys and girls. I don't say, how's everybody doing? No, I speak directly to my ideal client. This show is for business owners and managers. Can others watch this show? Of course. Of course, but my ideal client are business owners and managers. That's written into the script. The opening lines is great morning, business owners and managers. That's tunnel vision. That's who I speak to. Business owners and managers. So yes, others who are not business owners, others who are starting their businesses, others who are thinking about a business, the others who are employees and want to eventually be an entrepreneur. Yes, they can watch it. And yes, they will. And yes, they do. But my ideal client is business owners and managers. And everybody else can fill in after, but I'm speaking directly to my ideal client. Now, here's a little gem. There is a restaurant chain, and I'm sure all of the restaurant chains are doing this, but there's this one restaurant chain that I consult with as a client that they have already began implementing their 2028 and beyond strategy. They're a decade ahead, thinking about their 2028 marketing strategy, because they know that Generation Zs are not going to be, most of them are not going to own cars. Hey, this is for Miss Floyd. So most of the Generation Gs are not buying cars. They're going to be Ubering and using Lyft. So this restaurant chain has already in their 10-year marketing plan already started thinking about, okay, what are they going to do? Let's just say real quick. Let's just say, pull out my calculator. I pay $200 for insurance for cars, plus about $200 for fuel. That's $400. And just say wear and tear the car, an additional $200, right? So you're talking about $600. This restaurant chain has already factored in. This says, okay, Wes's son is not going to have a car. Chances are he's not going to own a car. So what do we need to do to take advantage and get that additional $600 into our restaurant? Yes, companies are already thinking about that. And you should too. Let's see, Miss Floyd says, boom. Oh, see, she already has her avatar. Professional ages. Male 27 to 44, women. Males are 27 to 44, women 27 to 40, membership purchasers. As we offer an annual maintenance package, fleet owners with 5 or more vehicles. Oh, Miss Floyd, see, Miss Floyd knows it. She has a subscription model. Miss Floyd, I'm gonna credit that to you've been watching the show. I'm going to credit that to you've been watching the show. I am going to take credit for that. Yes, that's awesome, Miss Floyd. That's awesome. So, and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, here it is again. Miss Floyd knows, Miss Floyd has taken the time to create her avatar. She knows exactly who she's serving. She's not serving everyone who has a car. Yes, everyone who has money that has a car, yes, they can get it. But her target market of males 27 to 44, females 27 to 40, membership purchases, not just walk-ins, no, membership, subscription model. Miss Floyd, well done, Miss Floyd, well done. No, awesomeness to you, my friend. Awesomeness to you. So it's important that you have and you know who your ideal client is. Now, here is the first rebuttal. The first rebuttal is that, well, I don't want to leave money on the table. I don't want to exclude anybody. And I always give the loyal customers, the loyal viewers know this. I always give the example of the Ritz. The Ritz ideal client, their ideal avatar are corporate execs or board members who travel before COVID, who travel to and spend an average of 2 to 3 nights. That's their ideal avatar. The Ritz Carlton, their ideal avatar, their ideal client is an exec CEO who travels and spends the max 2, maybe 3 nights. And I know this because I studied the Ritz. That's their ideal clientele. Now, that's who they tunnel vision and focus their marketing on, that avatar. That does not mean that John, at the UPS driver, doesn't occasionally take his wife to the Ritz. So anyone can stay at the Ritz. Yes, by all means, anyone can stay at the Ritz. But their ideal client, if the Ritz could close their eyes and say, who do we want to serve every day? It's the exec who travels and spends 2 to 3 nights. Now, the Ritz has conference rooms. The Ritz has ballrooms. But their clientele are the ones who are just in the city for tonight, on the flight tomorrow, gone. So just because you focus in on your ideal client does not alienate your other clients. Being unleashed. Miss Floyd is the co-host. The co-host for today is Miss Floyd. Thank you for your presence, our queen. Thank you so much. All right, so now here's one last thing before we move on to knowing your ideal clients. I caution you with this is don't reach backwards. Do not reach backwards to serve clients. And what I mean by that, at the Ritz, unless you're in Miami or in at the Ritz, like in St. Thomas or in a tropical area, to enter the ballrooms, you have to wear a blazer. That's the dress code. You can't enter the ballroom in flip-flops. So don't reach backwards. Don't lower your standards as an offering to say, well, today it's flip-flop Fridays. Don't do that, because that's going to alienate your core ideal client. If execs are sitting next to Joe Blow in his flip-flops with his beach towel in the ballroom, they're going to probably be like, maybe the Ritz is not as classy as I thought it was. So don't reach back. Have your not ideal clients reach up to the standard. Hey, if you want to enter the ballroom, you have to have your blazer on. Flip-flops with sand, flip-flop with socks are not allowed in the ballroom. So that's a real caution. Don't reach back. Don't say, well, we're going to have casual flip-flop Fridays in the ballroom. That's never going to happen at the Ritz. Unless, again, maybe you're in a tropical location, Hawaii, the Virgin Islands, Jamaica, or something like that. But for the most part, if you want to enter, you cannot enter the Ritz in Manhattan in flip-flops, the ballroom. I mean, or the dining room. You just cannot. So don't reach back. Allow the clients who are not your ID clients to reach up. All right. That's number one. Number two, moving along. Number two in the 5 customer experience strategy best practices is make it as easy as possible for your clients. Make it as easy as possible for your clients. Make it easy. Make it easy for your clients. If the clients, how many times have I heard business owners say, well, somebody's always asking that. Well, if somebody's always asking that, fix it. If somebody's always asking that, just simply fix it. If a client reaches out and says, hey, I have a question about this, don't tell them, refer to your contract. True story. I have witnessed that. The customer reaches out and say, hey, I have a question about this. And the business owner's response was, please refer to your contract. If you know the answer, just tell again, you want to make it easier. They're doing business for you because they don't have the mental bandwidth to deal with this product. They just want you to show up and have it done. Like I have a contractor right now doing some work for me. Here's the money. Let me know when it's done. I don't want to. Listen, I need you to paint this apartment. That's it. Make it easy for me. Don't constantly be coming. Do you want the trimming like this? Do you want this? Look, man, you're a professional. I'm hiring you. Paint the apartment. Let me know when it's done. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night. So make it easier for your client. Make it easier for your client. Make doing business with you easy, because if it's easy, they're going to spend more money. If it's easy, let me say that again. If it's easy, if the transactions of doing business with you is easy, they're going to stay, they're going to tell their friends, and they're going to spend more money. All right. Number 3 on the 5 customer experience strategy best practices is a sense of urgency. Have a sense of urgency in everything that you do. A sense of urgency in the amount of phone calls, in the amount of rings. Here's a little news flash. Here's a gem. You want to answer your phone on the second ring. After the second ring, confidence in this is data. You can Google it. If your business line rings more than twice, the person on the other side, on the receiving side, their confidence and level of expectations goes down 36%. Something as simple as when you pick up the phone. So let your receptionist or your gatekeepers know, no, it's important to answer that phone on the first ring if you're really a go-getter, but definitely on the second ring. Anything after the second ring, confidence goes down, plummets. So even answering the phone should be done with a sense of urgency. When your employees are carrying out duties, they should be doing it expeditiously in the words of TI. They should be doing it with a sense of urgency. Tracking packages should be done with a sense of urgency. Replying to emails should be done with a sense of urgency. When they said, I'm going to call you back, they should really call the customer back with a sense of urgency. Let me know if this is making sense to you, Miss Floyd, but someone as seasoned as you are, Miss Floyd, this is probably rudimentary skills for you. So I'm sure someone of your caliber knows these things, but share it to someone who's not as seasoned as you, if you don't mind. All right. All right. Number 4 on the list of the 5 customer experience strategy best practices is to be consistent. Consistency. So I work with an organization called Client Attraction University. Anyone is familiar with Marquel Russell. And if I told you how many times I'm on the phone with potential clients, and they say, I've been stalking Marquel for 2-3 years before I came on board. Yes, this is almost the script. They said, well, I have been following Marquel for about 2 years before I finally decided to come on board. Why is that? Some of them, yeah, it's money. But for the most part, most of them they want to see how consistent he was, how he is. There are individuals watching this broadcast right now that are not going to purchase any of my offerings until 2022. True story. There's someone right now who needs this service. Good morning, Miss Shay Norman is in the building. Great morning, Queen. How you doing? So there is someone watching right now who needs help implementing a customer experience strategy, who needs help showing them the importance of customer experience, who needs help with their team, who their employees are just running amok, doing whatever. They're literally about to implode from the within. They're their employees are sabotaging their business right under their watch, and won't reach out, but is going to reach out in 2020 and say, hey, Wes, I've been watching you for 2 years and I'm ready to move forward right now. Because they want to see that I'm consistent. I'm not some Joe Blow that's going to do, 3 months of CX in the mornings and be like, it's not really for me. I want to sell noni juice now. This noni juice isn't working. I want to sell the new latest lotion and potion. That's not working. How about selling coffee? Coffee's the new lick, right? They want to see if I'm consistent. The ones who are loyal, who tune in, they understand that I'm consistent. Shay knows I'm consistent. So they're tuning in. They're like, okay, Wes is consistent. With consistency, they're like, okay, he's solid. He's not going anywhere. I can invest my money in him and it's not going to be a scam. He's not going to fly away with the money. Is what he's saying really adding value to the marketplace? Or is he just up here filibustering because, he likes talking at 8 o'clock in the morning? So it's important that you be consistent. I assure you, you have customers right now that were about to do business with you and decided not to because you started off, and because it didn't catch steam like the way you thought it was, they're like, nah. Oh, wait. I thought you were doing tiles. You ain't doing tiles no more. Oh, now you got a sticker on your car that says you do nails. They were like, I was about to spend some money with you because I needed tiles done on my floor, but now you doing nails? Nah, I'm glad I didn't. Guaranteed. There was someone who had you on a scope and decided not to move forward because you wasn't consistent. There are viewers right now, I am telling you, who's been watching, tuning in, and they are not gonna invest until 2022. I'm not mad. That's just, once I build the pipeline up, I'm gonna constantly have the pipeline fill. So I'm not mad at all. No, not at all. Not at all. Because I understand that's the way it works. That's the metrics. That's one of the metrics. Like, people stay on the line and they stalk for quite some time until they come on board. That's fine. That's the whole idea, is to fill the pipeline with those where it's every week, because you've been doing it for 2 years, where now, okay, 2 years from now, you have more than 2 years every day. So that's fine. That's fine. But again, you want to be consistent. All right. So number 5 on the 5 customer experience strategy best practices is to understand the customer journey. Understand the customer journey. Know, like Miss Floyd, you want to know when the journey begins for your customers. In your example, fleet owners. What is the male between 27 and 44? What does he think about when he's trying to buy a truck? Is he looking for a Mac? Is he looking for a Volvo? Is he looking for a Freightliner? What type of truck is he buying? What type of truck do African American males at 43 do they purchase? What is the Google search? Where do I start looking for that truck? For okay, I decided I want a Freightliner. What do I start looking? Where do I start looking? All of this before I even come to Mrs. Floyd's truck center. That the journey has begun. Now the journey has not began with Mrs. Floyd business, but the customer's journey, the pre-journey has begun. Almost like when you're trying to book a trip to the Caribbean. When you're deciding, should I go with Carnival Cruise Line or should I go with Royal Caribbean? Even before I decide to go with Royal Caribbean, the journey has began. The pre-customer journey has begun. Now, when I decide to go with Royal Caribbean, the journey with Royal Caribbean has begun. Now, that's the beginning of Royal Caribbean's journey with me. But my journey began 6 months ago when I was trying to weigh the options between, okay, how many fires did Carnival Cruise Line had and how many fires did Royal Caribbean had at sea? So my journey began 6 months ago. So understanding the journey. Now, once you have them in your system, they decide, okay, I'm going to go with Mrs. Floyd's. I'm going to purchase my truck from Mrs. Floyd's trucking company. I'm going to go with Royal Caribbean. Okay, what does that journey look like? Even before the sale, what is the onboarding team like? How are they interacting with the different touch points? Are they tweeting at Royal Caribbean? Are they going to Royal Caribbean website? Have they downloaded Royal Caribbean's app? What review sites are they looking? Are they in Travelocity reading what people have to say about Royal Caribbean? All of this is part of the journey. Then they realize, okay, I'm going to go with Royal Caribbean. They hit purchase. That's when it really begins. Now they're in your ecosystem. What are you giving them? How are you stimulating them consistently to keep them stimulated? Now they're on the cruise. The cruise is a success. They're off. It doesn't end when they leave, when they debark. What are you giving them to take home with? What type of memories are you giving them in regards to pictures, in regards to memorabilia, in regards to souvenirs? What are they taking? They need to take piece of your business with them. That is part of the customer journey. So when if they live in Atlanta and they drove down to Miami to get on the cruise, when they're driving back up, the kids are playing with stuffed animals from the cruise. The mother is drinking out of not the dad who's driving, but the mom is drinking out of the big old massive cup. If she gets pulled over, she's going to tell the cop, I'm drinking distilled water, but it's some spirit in that cup, massive cup. So they're taking a piece of the business home with them. Even after that, when they get to Atlanta, as soon as they open the email, hey, how was your trip? We would love some feedback to be sure that we served you at a world-class level. Do you mind taking 2 minutes to fill out the survey? NPS scores. Scale from 1 to 10. How were we? Were we a 9 or a 10? Anything less than a 9, we failed. Miss I Love Travel is laughing at me. But I'm hoping, let me know if this is making sense. If this is making sense, hit a number 1 for me. If this is making sense, hit a number 1 for me. So it's not so much, okay, now they have left. They have paid, invoices settled, it's over. No, the journey continues. They are actually watching to see how you're going to respond after the transaction is done. They're watching you. All right, so those are the 5 best practices, 5 customer experience best strategies for implementing a customer experience strategy. And again, people like Shay have heard these 5 gems already. People like I Love to Travel have heard these gems before. But again, if people are still emailing me or DMing me and saying, hey, how do I begin with the customer experience strategy? That either means 1, they're new, or 2, I'm a lousy teacher and I got to keep doing it over and over until you guys get it. So if I'm hey Shay, if I'm a lousy teacher, please tell me. Miss, I love to travel. If I'm a lousy teacher, say, hey Wes, your teaching sucks. You should teach. You should stick to rapping. You cannot teach. But yeah, so that's why we're here again, dropping the same gems. Because see, these are some of the gems that I've dropped. If you follow the show, I've dropped these gems before, but someone DM'd me and said, hey, I want to start implementing a customer experience strategy. Where do I start? Instead of saying, hey, go back to episode 7, I say, hey, don't worry, I'm going to address that tomorrow just for you. Again, and knowing who my ideal client is, not doing these shows for me, but giving the viewers what they want. Serving. I could easily say, this is my show. I'm talking about yellow stickies today. This is the topic. This is the topic. It's been like that, and you're not going to change it. But that's not the attitude. Great stuff. Shay says, great stuff. Thanks for being consistent. Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for being consistent and tuning in. So listen, that's it, man. In our review, the five customer experience strategy best practices in review real quick. They are: know who your ideal client is, create that ideal avatar. Number 2 is to make it as easy as possible for your client. Number 3, operate from a sense of urgency. Number 4, being consistent, saying, I'm going to give this thing 2 years of consistency, being consistent. And number 5 is understanding the journey, the customer experience journey. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thank you for tuning in. If you are a business owner or manager, or if you know any business owners or managers, please share this with them. Hit the share button, give it to any business owner or manager, and let them watch the replay. And I am here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, dropping gems, because I am here to serve and I want to add value. It costs you nothing to tune in. Free 99, just free gems. Black Friday, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Just free stuff. Free gems. But even if you were to implement just these free from the information from these free shows, you will see a trajectory, a change in your business. Guaranteed, because I implement all of these gems. Hey, Miss Charisma, tuning in. We're wrapping up, so you're going to have to watch the replay and share the replay with any business owners or managers. So again, if you need help, if you are one of the ones who've been watching for the last 9 months, don't wait 2 years. You don't have to wait 2 years. Reach out and say, Wes, please help me implement my customer experience strategy because my team don't respect me. I'm experiencing high employee turnover and I'm bleeding money. Please help me stop the hemorrhaging. Can you help? Yes, don't wait 2 years. You might not be in business 2 years from now. So reach out right now with me and my team. My team and I will gladly help you if you need help with implementing anything that you saw today. As always, it is my pleasure serving you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Friday. Now, always remember, you can have an awesome day if you create it. All right? Peace.